the cloud. So let us take a moment on this beautiful second day of August, 2022. Take a moment, feel our feet firmly planted on Mother Earth, terra firma, solid ground, holding us steady and loving us, providing us with a foundation for our existence. And as we take a breath, we feel Mother Earth beneath us. We feel that solidity, that love. We feel that nurturing energy of the Great Mother, who gave us every element for our bodies, even the titanium. Every fiber, every cell is made up of these elements that Mother Earth provided us. And she sustains us, and she loves us no matter what we do, just like any mother would do. And then we reach up towards Father Sky, up to the heavens, in this column of light, feeling the downpouring of this golden love and light energy that our angels that source our extraterrestrial friends, our brothers and sisters that watch over us from above. We feel that downpouring of all the cosmic rays of the great love of Creator for his and her children. We feel this downpouring filling our hearts as if our crowns are open and we are like a vessel, that chalice in the very center of our heart that is able to receive this golden downpouring of love, of healing energy that enters into every cell of our bodies, of our minds, of our souls, of our hearts, that animates our intention, that brings us so much light that we are able to share it. We are able to radiate it and send it to those who are still living in the shadows, in the darkness, who have not yet been willing to face that place within them of some shadow or darkness that runs their lives. So we bless you all with the love of Creator, with that living spirit that is in our life, that watches over us, that protects us and guides us. We feel that livingness within each cell. We feel that livingness as connection to all of life, to all the creatures, to all the elements of nature, the water and the wind, the sky, the sun, the warmth, the drizzle, Earth herself, and the birds and the creatures, the little creepy crawlies, the beautiful deer that this one saw yesterday. The fulfillment of this oneness and expression when the creatures appear before us and remind us that we are all connected, that we are connected to Source, to life, and to the great love of those beings of light that watch over our evolution, that love us, and that want us to have ease and grace, to flower and blossom, and to thrive. It is necessary at this time to understand that as the energy of chaos surrounds us upon this planet, that as the emotions will show up and rise into the collective, there will be times when those feelings of the collective will feel as if they are your personal experience. It is important to take a step back sometimes when sudden emotions rise up within you without explanation, to know that perhaps this has nothing to do with you personally, but because of your sensitivity, because of your light, because of your evolution, and because of your capacity to hold compassion and love and caring, you are actually feeling the angst or the anguish, pain, the loneliness of many who dwell within the collective, who are also unaware that this is something that they are sharing with many others on the planet. For it is a time of great uncertainty, of great change. It is a time of preparation, perhaps for even greater disintegration of many of the systems that you have taken for granted, because those who have orchestrated, those who have engineered so much sorrow and suffering on this planet, those who wish to be in control, and out of their greed, they wish to accumulate more and more power and wealth and the ability to control others without any caring for the results upon life itself. They are recognizing that the light is growing stronger and stronger, and that their machinations are failing. And so there will be a time when they will take one or two more desperate measures in their attempts to generate more and more fear, to instill in the population this sense of uneasiness, whether it be around the economy, around jobs, around mortgages and rentals and ownership of homes and cars, the prices of food and gas. All of these things will be becoming issues that will begin to move into the forefront and become a focus in the lives of many who are just barely even managing. And this is intentionally so on the part of these dark ones, because their attempts to destroy many of the population seem to be failing. People seem to be able to thrive in spite of all of this instilling of fear, in spite of the stories, the narratives, the fear-mongering, in spite of the news that is orchestrated and generated to continue to inculcate fear. And as you understand, as you know, the remedy for fear is love, is trust, is patience, is knowing who you are and knowing what is your truth, very clearly. It is looking at the confusion and deciding that it is not for you, that you know that you are light, that you are a manifestation of God's love, that you are spirit in form, that you are a presence in this world of positivity, that you always find the higher evolution for everything, the higher purpose. You always see that silver lining, or perhaps even you see the beautiful gold lining of the clouds when the beautiful sunset begins to spread its wondrous glow, and perhaps there will be a rainbow, or the clouds will begin to take on a beautiful hue of pink and purples, of silver and gold, of brightness, of magnificence and great beauty. For there is great beauty to be found everywhere if you open your eyes and look. In many ways, the path of the spiritual warrior, the path of the angelic light beings, is the beauty way. It is the way of finding harmony. For what is beauty except the harmony of all the parts coming together in a beautiful way that creates a sense of peace, a sense of completion, a sense of ease and grace, and a deep sense of satisfaction. For when you see a beautiful painting, or you see a beautiful work of art, or you listen to a rapturous piece of music, you have that sense of deep satisfaction, of peace. You have that sense of harmony resonating through your whole being, perhaps even through your body, but generating a sense of easefulness within your emotions, so that the stirrings of those negative emotions like anger or jealousy, envy, greed, and deep sadness can become lessened and eased. For music and art and creative expression is one of the ways in which you know that your humanity is precious, because it is a way of expressing the harmony of the spheres, the balance of the sacred geometrical structure of creation in such a way that provides that sense of peace and ease and stillness. As you walk upon the earth in nature, as you greet the creatures, the trees and the water and the breeze, and you listen to the birds, you watch the mushrooms as they grow bigger and bigger, and you watch the green on the trees and the flowers begin to bloom and the fruits begin to show up, even in the midst of the forest, finding an apricot tree, great treasure, or seeing the beautiful mushrooms that grow with the mycelia after the rain and the warmth of the sun. For nature is your teacher. Nature embodies harmony, and nature inspires harmony. Nature provides those negative ions when you sit beside the stream, or you feel the breeze and you rest your back against the tree. Feel the earth beneath you. You feel that power of the ancient ones whose roots go deep into Mother Earth. and whose crowns, whose canopies reach out to touch the air around them and feed the environment and the atmosphere. And there is a deep sense that you can carry on, that you have some stability upon this earth, that you know that concrete and brick and mortar are not the way of the future, that there are places and ways of harmony, as was with the ancient ones who dwelt within the cliffs, or who dwelt in their teepees, or their structures that they could move, or their simple habitations that they could easily put together as a tribe, as a family, as a clan, where they all came together, just as in your old days, the whole community would raise the barns and would help each other to build their log cabins so that they could dwell and have protection from the elements in the deepest winter, or in the heaviest rains, or in the bright, heavy sun that shone with its heat. And so they needed the shade and the protection, and places to prepare the food, or to dry the food for the winter, to prepare those things that they would need when the growing things were not accessible under the snow. And so learning to be closer to the natural cycles, to the natural elements, to grow your garden, to grow your own fruit, to find your own way of preparing your water so it is pure, so it is healthful, so that you obtain all of the nutrients from the foods that you eat that are not prepared and provided in boxes and in packets, and have to be mixed with ingredients that are harmful to the human biology. It is important to simplify your lives, for there will be a time when the ability to live simple, to live in ease and grace with simple ways, chopping wood, carrying water, providing for your neighbors, for your family, helping each other in community. These are the ways of the future. These are the ways that are necessary for your survival in difficult times. For the difficult times have been, and they are not yet over. And yet, when you trust, and when you have access to your guidance, to your intuition, and to your knowing, when you are able to listen to the voice in your heart and not the one in your mind, the one that works together with your mind and with your body, that deep intuitive place in you that always knows the best. When you are able to tune in and listen, you will always find the solution, the elegant solution to every issue. And if necessary, you will need to address it directly, head on, as they say, face to face. For when there is an issue and it is swept under the rug, it will resurface, and it will resurface covered in more dust than it was before. It will make you cough and splutter. And so when you look at something directly in the face and you are willing to deal with it directly, to ask yourself, what am I feeling? What is this uneasiness within me that is asking me to deal with a particular emotion? What is this anger that rises within me? Is it mine? Is it old? Have I inherited this from my parents, from my ancestors? This idea that I have to struggle? Is it real? Does it make sense? Can I live a life of ease and peace, of grace, of deep satisfaction? Can I simplify? Do I need to have so many possessions that I keep in closets and in storage chambers for one day? Is it possible that there can be a simple solution to every situation? That I can go into my heart and see what I must do to find that completeness, that composure, that sense of ease? What must I do when my neighbor and I do not see eye to eye, or I have an issue with a member of my family? Is there a way I can come forth in humility, in a sense of gracefulness, without thinking I know everything? Perhaps for once, just listening, for once being able to hear what the issue might be for the other. Perhaps it is necessary to talk with that person's soul if you cannot approach them directly because the emotions are too ragged, too painful, too unconscious, perhaps. And so when you go into that meditative space, when you go into that column, when you surround yourself with a sphere of golden light for your protection and for your wisdom, you are able to communicate soul to soul, to come from a place of honesty, recognizing that you do not know the way out, you do not have the solution, but you are willing to be open, to let your heart be open to hear perhaps what you have not been able to hear before, and to communicate soul to soul with this other one and tell them what you are feeling and how you would like to see your relationship healed, how you would like to see them be happy and thrive, and how you would like them to feel respect and honoring for you as you would for them. And so you begin to understand that all practice comes from attending to your consciousness. All practice derives from paying attention to the words and the thoughts that you use on a daily basis. Are they affirming? Are they positive? Are they loving? Are they accepting? And are they respectful? Do they honor the other? Or have you put them at a distance so that you judge them and justify the fact that you can judge them and not honor them, and call them names or regard them as some kind of foreign entity that you do not relate to as fully human, as life force energy? For this is what the dark ones who wish to control all of life do. They turn humans and life force energies into possessions. They turn them into objects so that it does not touch them. They have no heart. They have no ability to sympathize, to empathize with the pain of others, because they have dismissed them as not worthy, as not being able to have feelings that need to be honored or respected. And so the world is rife with judgments of others who are not like you, who are not like them, who have a different belief, have a different approach, have a different understanding, perhaps have a different name for the Creator, for the great mystery. Perhaps they call it something that you cannot resonate with, and they do not honor the way in which you see divinity. And so it is necessary to hold a space within you of great honoring, because when it comes down to it, you are all connected. We are all connected. Those in the spirit realms, those in the realms of guidance, the angelic ones, the holy beings, are no different from you. We have just been around the block, the cosmic block, a few times more than you, and have learned a thing or two. But we are all made of that same substance of divinity. We are all created as equals in the eyes of God, Goddess. We are all the great mystery itself. We are all on the path of evolution. And everyone finds their match, their vibrational resonance, the law of attraction, the law of correspondence is immutable. Each one always resonates with some vibration that is similar to their own. Otherwise, they cannot gel together. They cannot harmonize. They cannot find the friendship, the alliance, the caring, the respecting, if they do not have a vibrational match. And so you will find, as you develop your ability to have compassion and to not judge and to love and to express and be the light, you will find that those who do not match up to your frequency will begin to fall away. They will naturally separate themselves out, and you will start to notice they are not in your life that much any longer. And new ones will begin to show up, with whom you have a more exciting relevance, a more exciting frequency match. And you will find that there is great understanding, there is great harmony with these new ones. For the light bearers on this planet are growing in number, are growing in strength and power. For we in the realms, you might call us your extraterrestrial friends. Those of us in the higher realms of vibrations are pouring light into this planet. We are even helping to dismantle some of the imprints, some of the programming that have been placed in the technologies of harm that have been directed towards you to keep your biology from thriving. We have been doing our jobs, our work. Those with the more technological bent in the extraterrestrial realms are helping to mitigate much of the harm. We are helping to dismantle many of the systems that would have caused greater and greater destruction and havoc and loss of life. We will help as much as we can, but we need your invitation. We need you to reach out to us. We need you to recognize that there are benevolent forces that watch over you, that love you, that want only your highest good, not just yours, but of all of Mother Earth and her creatures, all of life. For this planet itself is like a golden nugget within the cosmos, and many eyes are watching her and her evolution and this transformation that she is engaged in, this new birth, this new world that is unfolding before your very eyes and within your very hearts and experience. For those of you who are waking, are discovering that you are able to thrive, that you are able to find great joy in companionship, in art and music, and dance and expression, in shared interests, in nature, in hiking, in all sorts of activities and circles where you come together in ceremony, in ritual, to honor the great mother and the great father, to honor the earth and all her creatures, to honor the elements and the directions and the sacred traditions of the indigenous ones. You are all indigenous, are you not? You all have your feet upon this terra firma, this solid ground, and you all have your canopies, your crowns within the realms of the stars, within the experience of being stardust, of having come from a cosmic neighborhood, from having had lifetimes and parallel lives and experiences on many planets, in many systems. For you are eternal beings. You are immortal souls. You are infinite spiritual entities. You are universal aspects of the One. You are embodiments of the one heart. You are not separate from each other. You are like cells in the body. It is said in the Gospels that you are like cells in the body of God. The one Paul was a very wise one, and he understood the energy of knowledge, of inner wisdom, of knowing oneself and becoming Christ-like, not from a religious, literal perspective, but from a cosmic and energetic experience of being one with all of life, of knowing that you are divinity itself in expression. And the more you remember this, the more you understand that the life force within you is actually light, is actually love. It is vibration. It is magnificent. It has a beauty, a magnificence that allows you to be one with the greatest of all divinity. It allows you to experience that rapture, the rapture of living within your own heart, not some external rapture for one day, but the rapture of living in the moment, in the great beauty of the stillness, the silence, of the peace, and of the connection of all your hearts beating as one. That in-breath and that out-breath of God that is creation and that has been destruction and that has been rebirth. For you are in the midst of your resurrection. You are in the midst of your global reconstitution as a higher frequency of light. You are moving from the carbon base to a crystalline nature that is of a higher vibrational realm, that which is moving into multi-dimensionality, not just third to fourth to fifth in a hierarchical manner, but you are opening to the full expression of the 12 strands of your DNA, of your intergalactic nature, your ability to communicate at great distance, telepathically, of knowing, of being able to be in more than one place at the same time, of being able to communicate with your space family, with your spiritual guidance family, with the avatars and the holy beings of light, the angelic and archangelic ones, who are as close as your breath, if you but open to allow them to be there. For there is no great distinction between that which is within and that which is without. As the great Hermetic, as Thoth, the Egyptian, the Atlantean, as the great teachers of old have taught, the within is a reflection of the without, as above, so below. And so you embody the great light of all the holy beings when you go into that place of your own purity, your own innocence, your own ability to know who you are as an expression of divinity. Not only do you know it, but you begin to express it through your presence. You begin to radiate a vibration that others can feel. Many will shy away from it if it is too strong for them, too alien, because they are used to a smaller view of themselves. They are used to the shadows. But those who are able to recognize it, they will see you. They will know who you are. They will resonate with you and be drawn to you. And so it is important that you have a practice, that you embody each day this expression of being within a column of light, of Mother Earth beneath, of Father Sky above, within the presence of your heart, and that you radiate this light that comes into you, that expands within you, that becomes transformed through you, so that others can feel it, that you surround yourself above all with a sphere of golden light to keep you safe, keep you protected, to shield you from harm, that you do not allow negative thought forms, negative ideas or negative words to enter that sphere, that you do not generate them yourself, but you create a permeable membrane that allows only light and love and goodness, positivity in, and allows your light to radiate out, to touch the hearts of those who sorely need that wisdom that you carry. For you are the light bearers. You are the ones leading the way. You are the leaders and guides of the leaders. You are the models. You are the ones who embody the truth. And it is important for you to stay steady throughout these times of challenge. You will know, you will see the restoration of Mother Earth. It has been promised. Do not despair. Carry within your heart trust for the highest outcome. See this earth renewed. See this earth back once again at its pristine nature. The water pure, the air clean, the soil virgin, the creatures living in fullness of life, and yourselves accessing that great bliss of knowing union with God, Goddess. For this is your destiny. This is why you are here at this time. You are here for the restoration, your own completion of many cycles, and your contribution to the completion of this cycle for Mother Earth and the beginning of her brand new golden age. And so we take our leave. We will take a break to answer your questions when we come back. But in the meantime, we shower you with this golden light, this golden love. We do this, you might say, on behalf of Creator, on behalf of the great mystery that loves you, on behalf of all that is. Aho.